Let me just kind of start here. To me, I like to think of these seventh chords in interval terms, which allows me to sort of think of those fundamental building blocks as starting with the triad. And they're built on a major triad. So I already know how to play major triads. Like, it's so then the question becomes, what do you do with the seventh? I start with a major triad, and then I add 4 half steps to complete my major 7 chord. With regard to the dominant 7, it's the same thing. I start with a major triad, but I flat the 7th. My additional work here showed me at the keyboard that that's 3 half steps. So to play a dominant 7, I just play a major triad followed by 3 half steps up to the 7th note. And voila, I'm playing a dominant 7. So for me, in my mind, these are pretty easy ones to remember. One is just straight major triad and go up 4 half steps for the 7th. The other one, the dominant 7, is a major triad, go up 3 half steps, and I have my dominant 7. Okay, so this is me trying to learn this. I hope maybe this will help somebody else, but in any case, that's how I'm trying to teach it to myself. Okay. Now your next formula for the minor 7 was to flat the third, and and also I'm going to get to the 7th in a second, but that tells me that I'm starting here with a minor triad. Again, something I've internalized. I could play it quickly on a keyboard. I don't even have to think about it. I've come to that point where I can just play those. So how do I think about the 7th in a minor 7 chord? I just simply play a minor triad and go up 3 half steps for the 7th, and Bob's your uncle, right? That's my minor 7. So this one is built on a minor chord. It makes sense. It's called a minor 7. So I found that really easy to internalize, and in fact, I've done it. So that was cool. Now the rest of these, let's get to the next one. I still think of the half diminished 7 chord as built on a minor chord, although it's really not. Okay, but the starting point is to think of it as a minor chord, but with the 5th degree flattened, which is the definition of a diminished chord. So I start in my mind with, okay, minor chord, oh wait, flat the 5, okay. Now what do I do? For a half diminished chord, I add a 7th of 4 half steps. So I think of it as a minor 7 with a flat 5. Someone else taught me that on a course I'm taking called Pianote, which, by the way, if anyone wants to learn piano or really improve piano, it's the best course there is. I am in love with it. I signed up for a lifetime membership. Anyway, in fact, I'm going to post this for the Pianote community as well. Someone just taught me this a couple of days ago, and I just thought, wow, what a great way to think about it. So that's the half diminished 7 chord. So again, I think minor chord, but it's technically not, because you flat the 5th and then you add 4 half steps. Now, the next one is the full diminished. This is actually conceptually really easy when you think about it as intervals. I found it a little tough to think about it in a formula. So the formula is play the tonic, play a minor 3rd, and then you flat the 5th, which is why it's a diminished, and then you double flat the 7th. Okay, so that was for me kind of over the top. Like, there is no way I'm going to be able to. I mean, I get it, but I'd be going, trying to constantly figure this out Whereas if I think of it as what I had learned in the Pianote course as a stack, actually in another course too, a stack of minor chords, then I know that I can create this pretty easily. It's basically 3 half steps from the 1 to the flat third, and then 3 half steps to the diminished fifth, and then 3 half steps to the seventh. So you end up with a full diminished chord, or what I guess we just call a diminished chord normally, but in this context it's clear to call it a full diminished chord. So 3 minor chords stacked on each other is really simple for me to remember that. So that's how I think of a full diminished chord. Now the next one, the minor major 7, I think of as just a regular minor triad followed by 4 half steps, and that's how I'm able to quickly sort of think of this chord and play it, create it, and write it out in my write it out in notation. If you follow the interval approach, the intervals are always true. They just come out correctly. That's why for me thinking in terms of intervals is very helpful. And if this helps someone else, great. If not, I'm not a teacher, obviously, but this is how I've been teaching myself to understand 7th chords. Hope this is helpful to somebody.